I think in some parallel way, when you have to learn to detach from the thing that you have so much promise and hope for, and to be able to be okay at a certain point, to let something go that you plan to love for a long time. What you just heard is Meghan Markle referring about the miscarriage she claims she had in 2020. Which leads me to believe that Meghan Markle sees either children like objects, or she's lying, because no mother who actually goes through that will speak like that about losing a child, whatever stage in the pregnancy she may be. And what I'm about to tell you guys, it's going to blow you away, because we're going to talk pregnancy and the fake pregnancies, and I'm going to show you proof, and the doctor has confirmed that everything that Meghan Markle has said about her pregnancies is utter BS. So please stick with this till the end, because sit down and grab something, a beer, wine, whatever you want to have wherever you are, because this is going to blow your mind away.
Trevor put an article out there that Meghan had a hysterectomy and couldn't have children. And that was a big issue in their relationship. So that says a lot to the fake royal kids right now, because obviously they couldn't have come out of her. So that's something that she obviously is going to have to deal with eventually.
I'm very excited to announce that Meghan and myself had a baby boy early this morning, a very healthy boy. Mother and baby are doing incredibly well. It's been the most amazing experience.
Isn't it something when the palace itself won't just simply say, yes, Meghan Markle gave birth to Archie? It's mandatory for the public to be absolutely reassured that Meghan Markle gave birth to any of her kids in order for them to be included in the line of succession. The palace refuses to say this. Yes, she gave birth to them. We can attest to the fact that she gave birth to them, but they can't. And Meghan Markle, in her latest podcast, because this woman simply can't shut up, she let it slip. She made a huge slip that absolutely exposes her grift of her fake pregnancies. And never mind what her family said about her being unable to have children. Her father and her brother, and apparently her ex-husband as well. So let's get into this, and let's see why the palace is so pressured into answering a simple question, and whether or not they're seriously thinking of removing those titles, or at least removing them for the time being, because this has gotten out of hand, and simply because Meghan Markle won't shut up. All she had to do was to keep quiet during but no, she has to keep talking about her fake pregnancies and her fake miscarriages. And I'm going to give you all the tea right now.
So it's been a special couple days.
Who does he take after? Does he look like anyone?
We're still trying to figure that out.
Well, everyone says the baby's changed so much over 2 weeks. We're basically sort of monitoring.
During her latest podcast, Meghan Markle, of course, we didn't find out anything about being a female founder. All she tried to do, she wasn't even listening to what that lady was saying. And it's very clear that she hadn't seen her in years, because she said that the last time they saw each other was in 2018 when Meghan Markle was hugely pregnant, which is insane because Meghan Markle wasn't that big in 2018. But it's clear that she's running out of people who to call or who to have in her podcast, because clearly she's calling people she hadn't seen in years. And then she goes, she's just waiting for the moment. The lady is being actually quite positive, and it's saying that, yeah, we were immigrants here, and but you know what? I am so grateful about what this country did for me and my parents, that I decided to give something back. And immediately Meghan Markle goes and says, but weren't you bullied and beaten? So it's always that victim narrative that she needs to desperately have, because she needs to focus the conversation towards where she wants to. Not about the business, not about how they got started, but because she knows that we're calling her out in her pregnancy lies, especially about what her brother said. And that is not good, is it? That she, according to, and you just heard the brother say that, according to Trevor, her ex-husband, one of the problems in their relationship was that she had a hysterectomy and she couldn't have children. Also, Mr. Markle Sr. gave an interview to Pidina where he said that Meghan Markle had frozen her eggs or whatever it is that she did. And I mean, make of that what you will. But if you've had a hysterectomy, it's impossible for you to carry a child. I mean, that's just plain biology, guys. So Meghan is talking to this person. Let's not forget that she talked about having postpartum preeclampsia, and she didn't say with which baby it was. Meghan Markle is considered a geriatric pregnancy. And a geriatric pregnancy is usually high risk. That's because she was 37 years of age when she had, 37 going on 38 when she had Archie. So postpartum preeclampsia, the doctor will always tell you that if they will ask you, do you want to have another baby? Because if you do, now that you've had postpartum preeclampsia, it's most likely you will have it in the next baby, and it's not advisable for you to do so, especially at that age. So what happens, guys, now? And I am just going to give you a few things for you to digest. And you tell me, because I'm going to leave at the end of the video the baptism debacle. I will give you a little bit of information here of Archie's baptism debacle, but we're going to concentrate mostly on the pregnancy and the pregnancy lies and how she exposed herself just now with the first podcast. And now the second podcast with the miscarriage that she claims she had.
I mean, postpartum preeclampsia, very rare, a very, very dangerous condition. And it kind of puts into context now, you know, all the furore around Archie's birth, you know, people complaining that they weren't informed, you know, in the correct time of when Archie was born and why not. And now we know why, because Meghan was suffering from this life-threatening condition.
The reason why I'm talking about the pregnancy is because we have this kind of like a Sussex squad who Harry and Meghan are closely in touch with, who came out and said what you just heard, that this is why they didn't tell us about the details of Archie being born, because of course Meghan had postpartum preeclampsia. There's just only one problem with that Harry in his book said that they were back to Frogmore Cottage within 2 hours. Means that Meghan was released within 40 minutes of having given birth after Harry claimed she had 2 epidurals. Impossible. Because usually the postpartum preeclampsia develops within 48 hours. There's no way, given that Meghan was a high-risk pregnancy as it was because of how Harry described. She claimed that she was overdue, which is another thing we're going to get into. It's impossible. It's impossible. So this woman is saying that that's the reason why we don't know the details of Archie or the birth of anything like that. Because she had postpartum preeclampsia. And yet she was able to pose for a picture which appeared in People's Magazine. Like as soon as she got to the cottage, and Harry a few hours later was given an interview talking about how great mother and son were doing, how everything was fantastic. Then the following 2 days, Meghan Markle came out. You know, it was on her time and on her terms. She decided that she wanted to come out 2 days later and show Archie for less than 4 minutes, and then she walked out and nobody was asking anything of her. Okay. On top of that, she made 4 trips immediately, almost within a few weeks, which is she made one to Paris to a friend's wedding. She made to Italy to another friend's wedding. She made one to New York to see Serena Williams. She made one to Canada because she was in Canada when she was texting Jason Kanoff about sending that nasty letter to her father. I mean, she was traveling all over the place, guys. And it is impossible because doctors will tell you that with postpartum preeclampsia, they keep you in observation up to 6 months because you may have seizures, you may die. And if she had developed postpartum preeclampsia with Archie, within 48 hours, she would have been hospitalized. You saw my interview with Jennifer, which I'll leave here someplace, you will see it, where she had postpartum preeclampsia 2 hours after she gave birth to her twins. And also, she was at the Portland hospital and she talked about the procedures. It's impossible that the Portland hospital would have discharged Meghan Markle. So, that's why I brought this up, because this woman is saying that that's the reason why we're not being told about Archie's details, nor the doctors, nor anything. Now, I want you to know something, because the royal family makes official announcements of a woman being pregnant when they are at least a minimum of 12 weeks pregnant. They prefer to do it when they're when they have 16 weeks pregnant, just to make sure, because, you know, within the first 3 months, you can lose the baby. Buckingham Palace announced October 15th that Meghan Markle was pregnant, that she was 12-week pregnant. After talking to doctors and the many walkabouts that she did, she told people, rightly so, that she was expecting her child at the beginning of the first week of April, or at the latest the second week of April, because we all know that a birth is between 38 to 40 weeks. That's the normal. Most babies are born at 38 weeks. So the baby was supposed to be due, according, if we take into consideration that Meghan Markle was 12-week pregnant when they made the announcement on October 15th, that her baby should have been born the 6th of April, between the 6th and 12th of April. Harry said that she was 1 week overdue, so the baby should have been born sometime on the 20th of April at the latest. Now, I'm not saying anything that it couldn't have happened, that this is the first woman in the history of the world that gives birth to a child or is pregnant for 45 weeks, which has never happened in the history of the world. Because Harry says that she was at 7 or 10 days overdue. That would mean that Archie supposedly was born on May 6th, right? That means that, and if the baby was supposed to have been born in between 6th and 10th of April, and then he was a week overdue, that would have put the child at mid-April. That's 4 weeks additional. That's 4 weeks additional. And on top of that, Harry in an article said that because Meghan Markle had lost so much weight leading up to the trial, that she had a hard time getting pregnant. So and I'm sorry if I killed the pronunciation of this. So he says that they had to go to Ayurvedic medicine doctor, and the Ayurvedic medicine doctor told her to gain 5 pounds, which she did, and then she got pregnant. And then officially the pregnancy was announced on October 15th by the royal family. But Meghan announced it during Eugenie's wedding, which is a dick move if you ask me. She told everybody there, and it was Eugenie's wedding day. And Meghan decided to announce it there. She couldn't wait because she needed the attention. You see, there was too much attention on Eugenie. And then Eugenie was taking, it's like it should be all about Meghan. We all know that. This woman is incredibly sick and narcissistic. So we have that she apparently was like 45 or 46 week pregnant when she gave birth to this child. She had to have 2 epidurals. She gave a bath birth, according to what Harry says in his book, and which is impossible if you have an epidural. But we're taking that into consideration. So now the palace, because of all this craziness and because of everything that Meghan Markle has said in her podcast, that she had postpartum preeclampsia and then the sugar came out. She's literally one of their main to go to Sussex squatties. She said that she confirmed that it was with Archie that she had postpartum eclampsia. Preeclampsia, sorry, which basically, as I said, is a medical impossibility because she would have had to have her knees swollen, incredibly swollen. What you're watching here also is Meghan Markle. Supposedly, this is in December 20th, 2018. As you can see here, she's wearing this really tight dress. And when she sits down, the belly disappears. And yet in January, you see her sitting down and there's no belly. So this is why there are so many conspiracies. And this is why people are saying that this is a surrogate, that she gave birth through a surrogate. And this is why the palace has so much confusion. And this is why the palace cannot come out and officially confirm whether or not Archie was born or Meghan Markle gave birth to that child. In 1994, Princess Diana helped her best friend Rosa Monckton to bury her stillborn in the grounds of Kensington Palace under a banyan tree. Weird, isn't it? Yes, Miss Rosa Monckton confirmed it, and Paul Burrell, because Paul Burrell, her former butler, wrote a book, and he said that he helped bury the stillborn, which actually was kind of illegal, but it was Princess Diana, so she kind of snuck the baby in, and they had a little coffin, and they buried him under a banyan tree. Now, you're wondering, why is that important, Paula? Because according to Harry, and I'm going by Harry, what Harry says, guys, this is in his book. Don't come for the messenger, okay? He says that when the doctor walked into the room, I didn't hear one word she said. I just watched her face, her body language. I already knew. We both knew. And then he says that he took the baby. They both wept. And he grabbed the baby, or whatever it was that was given to him, and took it with him home and buried it under a banyan tree with his bare hands while Meghan wept. I'm going to tell you right now why that story is absolute BS. And I am just going to quote you directly from the California Health Department law. California has a specific laws regarding the disposal of fetal remains based on the gestational age, 20 weeks or more. If a fetus dies after 20 weeks of gestation, a fetal death certificate must be filed with the Register of Births and Deaths within 8 days. A permit is then issued for burial or cremation. Less than 20 weeks, fetal remains from pregnancies less than 20 weeks do not require a death certificate or permit. The hospital must dispose of these remains as medical waste and incinerate them. So, you're telling me this is a serious offense. This is not a misdemeanor that Harry does. This is something that could cost the hospital their accreditation. They're giving medical waste. It's whatever it is. It could be dangerous. It has to be incinerated. So whatever it is that they gave Harry, if it was true, it would be the ashes, not a little tiny package like he falsely claims. Now, Meghan Markle, we already told you, she had problems getting pregnant the first time around. Her family have said that she had a hysterectomy at 28. I spoke to a doctor about this, and Meghan claims that she lost her baby sometime in July. She would have needed at least 3 months to heal. But no, according to Meghan Markle, who gave birth to Lily in June 4th, 2021, after just having a miscarriage in July, less than a year prior, she had a miscarriage. She immediately must have gotten pregnant in order to have been able to give birth to her child. And we're talking that she needed to be pregnant immediately, which is a medical impossibility. Because these things, when she talks about postpartum preeclampsia, and then she has her sugar come and give a speech about that it was with Archie, to confirm that it was with Archie, and that's the reason why they didn't want to tell us why. Then the second pregnancy, it's even harder to believe, because when you have had postpartum preeclampsia, it is harder for you to get pregnant. And on top of that, she was almost 40, and if we're to go by what her family says, she had a hysterectomy. I've been calling the palace, and they refuse to confirm, just to say, yes, she gave birth to these children. And yet they have them in the line of succession. They do respond, and the response is, that's a personal matter. And my response to the person was, it is not a personal matter, because these children are in the line of succession. And according to the law, they have to meet the legal requirements, and they have to be made public. And we have to know the names of the doctors who delivered the children, and everything they've said is a lie. So Meghan Markle has made Harry her accomplice, because Harry knows full well that Meghan Markle did not have a miscarriage. Harry knows full well that no hospital in California, I don't know in other states, but in the state of California, they will not give you the remains. They will incinerate them if it's less than 20 weeks. And if it's over 20 weeks, it's a proper burial and a death certificate, which they don't have. So what do you make of all of this? Why does she keep going on and on, doubling down in her lies? Is it because she feels that they don't call me out, nobody's going to come out and debunk these things? Can a woman with hysterectomy have children? I mean, according to the doctors, no. Can a woman who's had postpartum preeclampsia travel within the first 4 months? No. She's actually in and out, and she can suffer seizures. Can a woman with postpartum preeclampsia not have swollen hands or feet? No, that's one of the telltale signs. Can a woman, at 40, who has, to begin with, according to her, trouble getting pregnant, having had a miscarriage when the baby was about 12 weeks, get pregnant immediately in order for the second child to be born on time? Because she says that Lily was born right on time, which is on June 4th, I believe. I mean, it's shocking, isn't it? It's laughable. It's laughable. And please let me know if you would like me to do a series on her podcast, just the podcast, because this is absolutely insane. And I think they take us for fools, or they think we're stupid. City, for example, City has been already fixed. She can't have children. So how can Meghan with a hysterectomy have children? I so look forward to your comments. And once again, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Beautiful people, you are amazing. Have a great day, guys.